This guy's wife disappeared almost 40 years ago. Thanks to a podcast, he has now been found guilty for her murder. The missing person case of Lynette Dawson has come to a close when Justice Ian Harris found Chris Dawson guilty for the murder of his wife. Now, Lynette disappeared from her Bayview home on the northern beaches of Australia on the 9th of January 1982. And despite leaving behind 2 daughters, Lynette simply was never seen again. Now, right from the beginning of the case, Chris always maintained his innocence. He told everyone, including authorities, he had nothing to do with it. But in 2014, with the release of the Teacher's Pet podcast, it was uncovered that might not in fact be true. The podcast highlighted serious errors that authorities had made during their entire investigation. The most suspicious factor of the case was that Chris moved this young woman into his house only 2 days after Lynette disappeared. This young woman just so happened to be aged 16 years old at the time. She was his former student, and Chris had also been having an affair with her in the months leading up to Lynette's disappearance. Very suspicious, if you ask me. In fact, if you look into the case, it gets worse. Chris and his brother worked as PE teachers at Cromer High School, and they were known for grooming and having relationships with female students. And so when his wife disappeared, it took Chris 6 weeks to report her missing. Now, Justice Harrison looked at all the evidence. He looked at the fact that at the time of Lynette's disappearance, she was of stable mind. She deeply loved her kids, so disappearing was very unusual. And when she left, she hadn't taken any of her belongings with her. So he concluded it was very unlikely that Lynette had voluntarily left the family house. So the case against Chris opened up in 2018. And now in 2022, he's been found guilty for Lynette's murder. For more crime stories, remember to follow.